Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mervyn Stutter's Pick of the Fringe. Please go wild and crazy, and welcome onto the stage your host, Mervyn Stutter!
Got time for rock and roll, we've got to crack on. Oh, it's lovely to see you. Well, let's have the lights up quickly if we may. Sorry, guys, can we just have the house lights up? See who's in? I think there's over 400 of you. Yes! Oh, hello! How many people have been to my show, The Daily Show, before? Yes! How many people have never seen me before? Hooray! You've never seen me before. Yes, this is me. I wear pink. Yeah, I do. Yeah, 25 years ago I started Pick of the Fringe, 1992. I also started my own show back in, my own solo show back in 1987. 30 years on the Fringe. Every August I've been here. Hey, the sun's out. How lovely. Oh, God, yes. Summer in Scotland, my favourite day of the year. It's an old, no, it's an old joke, but it happens to be bloody true. I'm here every August to prove it, yeah. So it's lovely to see you all. I'm going to have to crack on because we've got people who are coming in, doing a bit and going away because they're all terribly busy on the Fringe. But this is a celebration of people I have known over the years, some right back to 1987, as you will discover, and some new friends in the last couple of years. And we just put this on as a big celebration of the 25th and also to raise money for a charity, Imibala charity, out in Cape Town, which pays for, well, it usually pays for kids' education through school. That's 60 quid a year. But this time, on my 20th, I raised about £5,000, and that's now an arts fund for kids with a talent to be trained out there so they can earn a living, etc., etc. Terrific charity. So this is what you are contributing towards with your ticket, and I'll tell you a little few other things later on. But I must crack on. I know you'd be very disappointed, not you, because you've never seen me before, but you'd be very disappointed if I didn't sing at least something. So, yeah. But I can't do big. I can't do big ones. We're going to have to do small ones. All right. So I've just made another list because you were so many of you coming in. Bless you, but it has left me with 4 minutes, you bastard. So, okay. I will just do some kicky songs. As I say, I started back in 1987 when the Royals were imploding. Do you remember the Royal family? Yeah, they were imploding. They were having a terrible time. All the marriages were going belly up. And Sarah Ferguson's dad got into trouble. So I thought I'd do a song about him back then. Sarah Ferguson, you know Sarah Ferguson. Oh, yes, she's a good sport, isn't she? She's a bit of a chap. I always thought it'd be nice to have sex with her, you know? It'd be nice to go to bed with Sarah Ferguson, wouldn't you? Because it'd be fun. A lady died, she'd just roll over and sob into the pillow, but, you know, she'd be great, Fergie. She'd be going, yes, great, yeah, that was marvellous. Now, let's do it again. Slap you on the buttocks, yes. I'll be on top this time. Here we go. She'd be good. Well, her father, this is where she got it from, the whole gene pool. Her father had hotspur and braggadocio, and he was found, the older members of the audience remember this, probably going in and out of the big Wall Street massage parlour, indulging in some of the excellent. And so I did this song. I started doing it again this year simply because Bowie died. What? Yes, because I use other people's songs for quickie bits of the news. It saves writing a new one. If you get it right, it can be funnier. Bowie died. I thought, have I usually used a Bowie song? Yes, I have. 1987. Ron Ferguson was Sarah's dad's name, and he was Major Ron Ferguson. So there's only one Bowie song, really, wasn't there? You're there already, pal. Yeah. For Major Ron, hand relief for Major Ron. If you want the extras, make them put your helmet on. Yeah, that's just a snatch. Oh, sorry. Okay. Staying on the... we haven't got time for a call. Staying on the subject of sex, 1992 when I started, John Major was in. You remember John Major? Oh, yes. Not inconsiderable Prime Minister. He had sex with Edwina Currie. Oh, God. No, I've pictured it now. Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? It's like, oh, what an unlikely coupling that is. It's like Jerry Hall and Rupert Murdoch. Oh, I pictured that now. The old digger on the gold digger. Jerry and her pacemaker. Oh, God, you don't want to think about it, do you? Anyway, 1992 is back to basics. And most of the Tory cabinet decided back to basics was to have sex with as many people as possible. And David Mellor had sex with Antonia de Sanchez. You might remember her, a Spanish actress. Of course, he's David, not just an ordinary actress. It had to be a Spanish actress. And so I won't bother you. You'll remember it's all coming flooding back now. And you wish you hadn't, really. How would anyone want to have sex with David? Anyway, he's had children, so somebody does. OK, I wrote this. Oh, I didn't write this song. I borrowed this one off Donovan. Here we are. Antonia de Sanchez had herself a loving spree. She did more than do lunches with a fat smug Tory MP. They called him David Mellor. They called him David Mellor. Unsightly. They called him David Mellor. Twice nightly. Oh, no. Let's come up to date. Every American now must face a presidential election, but all they hear is Trumpity Trump, 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 Trump. Yes! Oh, fuck me. Trump, honestly. It's the end of facts. It's the end of truth. We're now in the post-fact period of history, ladies and gentlemen. It'll go down in history. The post-fact. In fact, someone on my show the other day said, oh, well, the true fact is... I mean, that's it. We can only have true facts now, not just facts. There's Trump facts and there's true facts. There's Brexit facts, and there's true facts. Yeah, so, lying is the... I haven't got time to do lying, so I'm going to have to come to the show. I'll do it for you this week. I'm on at 1 o'clock to 2:30 every day. Do come. It's great. Every day different. 7 acts. Fantastic. Right across the range. Theatre, comedy, music, dance. Oh, you've got to come. This is better, but you've got to go to... OK. Oh, yes. On the subject of lying, we mustn't forget Tony Blair, must we? Give me those Blair necessities, those simple Blair necessities. Saddam's weapon search is now complete. Perhaps there's nothing really there. Of course there is, says Tony Blair. We sold them to him. Look, it's the receipts. That's my bit over it. Did you get all that? No? There we are. And I'm cracking on simply because some of the acts have to go off and do their shows at 1 o'clock. Especially the first guy up. But I couldn't do the show without Tom Binns being on it. He's been a friend of the show for some years. We'll take the lights down now. They feel terribly exposed. That's it. They're lovely. I first met, I think, Tom back in 2007. So he's an old friend of the show. And the thing is about Tom is that every year he does something different. He brings in a new skill. He earns a new skill sort of every year. It's quite extraordinary. He started off with Ivan Brackenbury and then moved on to Ian de Montfort, the psychic mind reader. Last year he added in ventriloquism. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? And now he's put them all in one show, in a big variety show. Why not? And it's him all the way through. And it's fantastic. Tom Binns' Summertime Special 2016. I'm going to crack on because he's got to start. Would you please welcome Top DJ, Ivan Brackenbury. Hey, hey.
Yeah.
It hasn't started yet. I don't do improvisation because otherwise I'd be able to cover this with some improvisation, but I don't have any. So I'll just stand here if that's all right and wait for them to finish. Just wait for them to... Oh, they've gone, sorry, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Ivan Brackenbury. We're about to broadcast live back to Hospital Radio. And the show's brought to you thanks to our sponsor, KY Jelly.
The Ivan Brackenbury Disease Hour on Hospital Radio with KY Jelly for women who married for money.
Woo! Baby, love really hurts without you. Love really hurts without you. You're listening to me, Ivan Brackenbury. We're live from Edinburgh 2015 with 16 with KY Jelly. Love really hurts without you. Requests and dedications for the patients. This one's from Darren to the love of his life, Julie. Unfortunately, she did lose an eye while on holiday in Spain. This one's next for her. This one goes out to the one I love. The one I love. This one goes out to the one I left behind.
Ivan Brackenbury!
The one I left behind. Big shout to Frank. He's been waiting for the transplant for ages and nothing seems to be turning up. Do you know what, Frank? I'm sure it will soon. Fingers crossed, Frank. We will be listening out to them traffic and travel reports for you. You never know. But you don't know it weather we've been having. Andrew Phillips always writes it. He's bonkers.
He's bonkers.
He is bonkers.
He's bonkers.
Oh, I believe the technical term is mentally ill. He's a self-harmer, but I don't judge me. I just play the music, and we've got him a little bit of Rod Stewart. The first call is the deepest. Baby, I know. The first call is the deepest. John's got massive ears. He's having them pinned back. He loves Simply Red. Holding back the years. Well, we're dead PC at our hospital radio station. We're multi-faith. We've got all the different faiths listening. So you've got to be dead sensitive because, you know, like some of the faiths, they do get really easily offended, especially the other ones. Christ. Anyway, so we do Christmas and then a few months later we do Ramadan. Dum, dum, da-da-dum. Ramadan. Dum, dum. We make a right meal of it because, well, wait, it's a great opportunity to show you've got lots of understanding. Big shout to Danny and Anne for the hog roast. They did a great job. And we're definitely doing it next year. Well, we're going to have to. There were that much left over. Okay, big shout to John. He's got bad cataracts. If you don't know what they are, they're giving him like dark patches of cloud in his vision and he can't see where he's going and he keeps bumping into loads of obstacles in his way. He's had them fixed privately. He came into some money. His auntie died and left him the money and he's got his cataracts finished. Her name, Auntie Lorraine. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that at midnight. It's gonna be a ride. You've been listening to me, I'm a Brackenbury with me live on Hospital Radio.
Ivan Brackenbury, out and about, reaching out and touching patients.
Yes, indeed. Is that it?
Jimmy Savile!
Whoa, hang on a minute. I didn't touch anything. That wasn't me. You're right.
Underneath there, Tom Binns, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Hey!
He's bonkers.
I am bonkers. Hello, how are you? It's good to see you again, Merlin.
OK, I'm going to have to talk to Ivan.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you can talk to Tom if you like.
No, I think I've liked this fellow. Actually.
Yeah, I like me
no,
as
in
well.
this, just you have got to get. I'm just keeping an eye on the time because you've got to do a full performance, haven't you?
No, I'm only in it for 10 minutes. Tom Binns does the rest of it. Yeah, he's a character comedian. I'm not a big fan of them myself, but he seems all right. And he does ventriloquism as well. He gave himself 2 weeks to learn ventriloquism, and he thought, how hard could it be? And if you've seen the show, you'll... Yeah.
And he's got a new character, apparently, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, he's done a TV show on BBC One. I'm in it as well. And it was called Hospital People, and there was a vicar from Liverpool in it that everybody liked. So he's doing that live, yeah. Yeah, he's dead cheeky. And he thinks he's like Mark Watson or Stuart Lee, but he's a bit more Stan Boardman. And yeah, and he does. I could do a bit of an impression of him.
Yeah, that would be good.
So he likes to put jokes in his sermons, and he says these three shepherds went to see the baby Jesus. So he said to their dog, "Go out and round up the sheep." And the sheepdog came back about 15 minutes later, and he said, "How many sheep did you get?" He said, 40. He said, "But we've only got 37. He says, "I know, but you told me to round them up." Yeah, they're like, do you get it? Do you get it? Did you get it? Do you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, it's a play on words.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it can mean two different things, can't it? Yeah, he does that a lot. He sends you one way, and then you think, oh, that's what he means. But actually, he means something completely different. And that's normally more implausible, but still possible. And that's humour. That's what he does. Yeah, he's good at it. It's all like that. That's what jokes are. Yeah.
Thanks, Ivan, very much. Yes, that's good. That's good. We will now know when to laugh. Excellent. So look, you've got to go, Manfred. You've simply got to go.
I've got to go. My queue's warming up now. I've got to do my show. But thank you for having me again, Merlin. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Ivan. Yes.
I won Spirit of the Fringe, didn't I, when I came on that first time? 2007.
He won the Spirit of the Fringe Awards, which I'll tell him about now.
Yeah.
You get going. That's Tom Binns, Ivan Brackenbury. Yeah, take the lot. I don't know.
I need this. Have you muted it?
Go.
All right. Watch it, love. Watch yourself, darling. Hey, all right. Read this.
Yes. Wonderful. That's the wonderful Tom Binns. Yes, and he did win a Spirit of the Fringe Awards. For those people who don't know, in 1992 I started the Pick of the Fringe, and then just to celebrate who we'd found, and there's been some pretty severe hard luck stories. There was one country and western group that came over from Russia. Yeah, the newly capitalist Russia, and they were determined to embrace the new capitalism, and they came over, and they were wonderful people, but Aeroflot lost their luggage and equipment. Coincidence? Well, I don't know. So we gave them a Spirit of the Fringe Award. There were a number of stories like that. Now it's a much more professional and well-organised festival, as you know. But we gave Spirit of the Fringe Awards and have done every year since. It's one of the oldest awards on the Fringe, which is quite extraordinary. Just proves you stick around long enough, you could get into the history books. And we give these out on the last show every year. And Tom won one, and a number of award winners are on the show, which is just lovely. I am really grateful to people giving up their time to come down here and support the celebrations, but also the charity where the money is going. And on that subject, we are very fortunate to have I Am Rhythm from South Africa. It's a wonderful company. I know Morgan because some of you also may remember we had a group called Soweto Ensha on the show, and they stormed the festival when they first came over and came back for 2 or 3 years. Now Morgan has formed a little troupe of his own. It says here, Rhythm is a 16-legged dancing beast from South Africa who will get your feet tapping and hands clapping to the memorizing beats of traditional and urban dances. After Freedom Productions presents fresh and upbeat dance and music telling the story of evolution of rhythm and dance in South Africa. Enjoy tribal Tswana, warrior Zulu, energetic gumboot, swinging kofifi, urban panzula, kwaza dance styles, and the magic of African beats. Let them take you over. I'll say no more. They're going to do 2 pieces for us. Would you please welcome from South Africa, I Am Rhythm.
I am Rhythm, the spirit of Africa. I've been here since the beginning of time. I have seen the evolution of man. I was there when men first discovered the fire under the African sky. It brought them warmth and light. Change has come to my people. The sons of kings of Botswana, Natal, Zimbabwe traveled to one destination marked by gold. All African nations came together not to conquer or to reign, but to work. Deep down in the minds of Johannesburg, a new rhythm was born.
There we are. I am Rhythm, all the way from South Africa. I'll talk to Morgan here. Well, I was stood in the wings. That was the fastest change I have seen from some of the guys. The gumboot dance is almost a traditional dance now, isn't it? You're famous for it in South Africa.
Oh, yes. We've been dancing it for a long time now.
And it was out of the mines, wasn't it?
Yes, it was out of the mine. It was created by a nation called Amapaka.
Oh, that's... Oh, hang on, that's Causa, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, go on. Tell us... Oh, I love the sound of Causa. Speak to me in Causa. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. It's wonderful. The reason is that we don't get anywhere near doing it right. We try, but we can't do it. Morgan, are you still singing with Soweto Ensham? Let me ask that. Are you still singing with them?
Yes.
So they still perform?
Yes, they do.
Now tell us about this company. You put this together how long ago?
Oh, this is my first cast. Yeah? But last year we were doing another show together, so now it's 2 years, I think.
Okay, and so this cast, it's their first time on the Fringe?
Yes, this is.
But you ought to tell them all about it.
Yes.
How big it is.
Yeah.
And how hard it can be.
They know it by now.
They know it by now. I am Rhythm. There's flyers as you leave, ladies and gentlemen, for all these shows, so you can go and see. Just like we do in the Daily Show, there'll be flyers. Take all the flyers with you and then choose which ones you want to see. My many thanks to I Am Rhythm for coming down. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Yeah! And now, lovely, we've got stand-up comedy. So let's get the mic on ready. Bring the mic stand on, ready to go. This is a lady who we've known for years. Radio 4 listeners will know her. She's one of the top female comics in the country. She now lives in Edinburgh. Probably a very wise decision after Brexit. Her show is called Pretending to Care. Yes, that's the acerbic nature of the lady. Year after year, show after show, Jo Caulfield pulls in a crowd and entertains them in her world. Gives fans exactly what they want. Audience banter, insightful observations and brief glimpses into her life. Indeed, the audience love every second while Caulfield and her acerbic wit, it is a tad, just as relaxed on stage in The Stand, which is where she is this year, as she ever did. I'm very happy to welcome Jo Caulfield.
Thank you. Lovely to see so many people out because, and to see we have couples in the audience because there was a survey, I don't know if you know, but 50% of people said they would rather go to the pub with their mates than go to live entertainment with their partner. I know, it's not an official survey, just one I did in my house 2 days ago. Yeah. And I do live in Edinburgh. I moved here about 4 years ago from London to Edinburgh because my husband is originally from Aberdeen. Do we have any Aberdonians in today? And I wasn't going to live there, so... I'm not saying that just to be mean. I've been and researched it. So I picked Edinburgh because I wanted to live in Scotland but still be surrounded by English people, so it's good. And I've moved now within Edinburgh. When I first came to Edinburgh, I lived in an area called Morningside. You know Morningside? Yes, that's a very Morningside noise you've made there. And Morningside is lovely if you're dead. It is. It's just full of very old posh people going, is the war still on? I don't know. I've got ration books. I now live completely different area. I have moved to Leith. Do we have any Leithers in? See, little rowdier, the Leithers. And Leith is a brilliant area. If you are visiting, you don't know the city, get yourself down there. It's where the docks were, so it's interesting. There's some beautiful buildings. The lady I lived next to in Morningside, when I said we're going to move to Leith, she put it very well, I think. She went, oh, Leith. Oh, there's an element in Leith. And what she means is, like, it's quite hipster, like there's nice, interesting bars and cafes and that sort of thing, but they'll be like, oh, we're an artisan cafe, yes, we bake our own bread. We're an artisan cafe, our coffee, it comes from the foothills of Guatemala. There's an artisan local pissing against the window. And so I think it was a disastrous year, I feel, this year for entertainment, wasn't it? Because David Bowie died, then Prince died, then Victoria Wood died, but all the Kardashians are alive and well. Yeah. And I was watching with my husband, because men can be very delusional. We were watching, it was a Republican convention, because Clint Eastwood has come out to back Donald Trump, right? And Clint Eastwood is on the telly. He's obviously gone a bit senile now. And But he looks great. Like, we were both looking at him going, wow, because he's like in his mid-80s, but he still looks like Clint Eastwood. And we're watching it, right? Then my husband goes, hope I look that good when I'm his age. I just thought, but you don't look that good now. Like... I was genuinely trying to work out what he thought was going to happen over the next 40 years, that somehow he would end up looking like Clint Eastwood. We've been together a long time. We've been together for 18 years. And when you've been together a long time, people are like, oh, you've got to spice up your love life, you know. And I'm all for that, except I've got a whole series of Peaky Blinders I want to watch first, right? But my husband had read about this sexual role play game. And what it is you go out for the night, but you pretend that you don't know each other. So you can chat each other up, get off with each other, pretend it's a one-night stand even, because you're pretending you're other people. Because sometimes that's all you want, isn't it? You just want them to be somebody else. So we arranged to meet in this bar. I got there first. I thought I'll sit at the bar. I ordered a drink, right? And then about 20 minutes later, fucking 20 minutes, right? Yeah. My husband comes in, and when I first saw him, I thought he'd hurt himself, right? No, because he was walking oddly. And then I remembered, that's his sexy walk. Because it was sort of thrusty. He was like coming in like this, what kind of... And he stands about 3 feet away from me, and then he does this thing. I don't know why men do it. There's peanuts on the bar, so he starts chucking up the peanuts to catch them. He's like this. He's got peanuts all over him, right? He's covered in peanuts. Then he moves in for his opening gambit, and he goes, so what's a lovely young lady like you doing on her own? So because he'd made me wait 20 minutes, I thought, I'll play hard to get, right? So I went, well, I'm not on my own. I'm waiting for a friend. Well, that stumped him. He wasn't expecting that. So then he had to have a little regroup. He's like, oh. And then he goes, well, I don't, maybe, you know, till your friend comes, I could be your friend, I could buy you a drink. And I'm like, well, I don't accept drinks from strangers. I'm being a bit coy now. And then he goes, well, I don't have to be a stranger. Maybe we could get a bottle of wine, go back to my place, we could get to know each other more intimately. Now, we must have been quite convincing, because at that moment, the barman came up and he went, excuse me, is this man annoying you? Who could resist? So I said, yes, he is annoying me. My husband got asked to leave the bar, and I got free drinks for the rest of the night. Yeah.
That's Joe Caulfield, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
No, I'll tell you what's lovely is I'm standing in the wings thoroughly enjoying it. You don't, when I'm busy, I don't really enjoy stuff. That's wonderful. Lovely to see you, Joe.
And you.
And you're at the stand. Now, that's quite different to a theatre environment, isn't it?
Well, they've taken this. I think this is called newish venue for the Stand. The Stand run a comedy club all year round in Edinburgh and Glasgow, but this is a hotel. So I love it because it's the function room of a hotel. It's air conditioned, and there's backs on the seats. Like the people who normally come and see me have applauded the room, right, because it's comfortable for the first time. Because I'm like, I wouldn't. Sometimes people have to say, I wouldn't stand for an hour. You know what I mean? I'm going to care how funny you are. I'd be off. Oh.
I just think you plunder your marriage quite a lot. Does your husband mind?
He's from Aberdeen. He realises that it earns money. He doesn't mind what I say. Yeah.
We're going to move on to the next show. You can catch Joe at the Stand Comedy Club. There's Flowers You Live, Pretending to Care. The wonderful Joe Caulfield.
Thank you.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. OK. Now, a slight change of gear. We're going to music. Well, they're just setting up What I normally do over at Pig of the Fringe is we set up whilst I'm chatting, and I didn't explain that to them. We put this show together in about an hour just before you came in. I do applaud the crew. Give a round of applause to the crew, to the sound people and the lights. They do a remarkable job making everyone look good, and they get such short notice. We do thank them. So we got a piano, we got a mic, we got two. Yes, we got two mics. Yeah. Okay. This is Sarah Louise Young. She has been on the Fringe for years and works like a dog. She does 3 shows a day normally. She's quite extraordinary. Okay. Sorry. Change the running order. We have a French person in. Bit touchy. So I'm going to introduce the French person. And she is La Poule Plombée. She's been described as a mix. She has been described as a mix of Norman Desmond, Barbara Streisand, and Liza Minnelli. All the way from Paris, and probably lurking behind me, and very excited to be here. Would you please welcome La Poule Plombée?
Je suis artiste. I translate for you. I am an artist. I could sing before I could talk. I felt fully formed and in full song from my mother's fro-fro. I had all the hallmarks of greatness. Le reverb, le tremolo, les mains dramatiques. But what did my fellow countrymen and country women do?
No, please, La Poule.
They compare me to Piaf. There is an echo in here. You have heard of Piaf? The one they call Le Mon Piaf, the little sparrow? Oh, I was born in the gutter. I went blind. Je ne regrette rien. Well, je regrette little sparrow, bitch. You know what they call me? What they brand me? La Poule Plombée? It does not truly translate, mais c'est-à-dire the frumpy pigeon. I could not stay at Paris, and so I had to go somewhere where culture was yet to be created. England. You have no idea how happy it makes me to spend a month in a country where they know how to make a European feel welcome. But looking out here this afternoon, I see that I am not the only person who has suffered. Look at your little face, Mervyn. It has years of tragedy written all over it. I understand. Momo, could you take her away, please? She is making me feel fat. Well, sometimes the past, it leaves us with these burdens, this tragedy, this baggage. And if I have learned one thing in my life, it's that you should never leave your baggage unattended. Bagage, we all have bagage. Some of it is small and some of it is large. We hide all our hopes in our vanity case and carry our cares in the bags on our face. Bagage, we all have bagage. We lock it up tight like a bird in a cage. We never take time to unfold and unpack. We stagger around with our weight on our back. Our past has been boxed up and hidden away. We say we prefer to be free. When your dreams are in storage, you still have to pay with a lifetime of lost property. Ah, I was lost once, lost in love, in the most beautiful place in the world, Luton Airport. Our eyes met across a crowded baggage carousel. Mademoiselle, he said, may I help you? I tried to resist. I felt sure I could carry on. But he seemed interested in my case. I knew I was an heavy load, but he was used to handling baggage. He was a baggage handler. He was so strong. He lifted my cases up in one swoop. And I was giddy. The room was spinning. My head was spinning. The carousel. The carousel. Oh, how it turns me. How it turns me. The carousel. The carousel. The carousel. Oh, how it turns me. Up inside. He lifts me up high with my bags in the air. No more rough-handed men who don't handle with care for me. Oh, we spent a beautiful summer together. Each time I came back through Luton Airport, he was there waiting for me. Each time I brought more and more baggage, and each time he took it, he never complained. Days turned to weeks, turned to months, and I knew then that our love would never end. Just like the carousel, the carousel, the carousel. Oh, how it takes me, how it takes me. The carousel, the carousel, the carousel. Oh, how it breaks me. Open wide, all my intimate secrets tossed into the light. I surrender to love, and we gaily take flight, and we love. Then one day my flight was delayed. I came running along the corridor to find him. Past the Toblerone, past the tartan shortbread, until finally I saw him on the other side of the glass partition with another woman's baggage. It was just a tiny little carry-on rucksack. How did she travel so light? He saw me, he waved, and then he left. I watched my giant trunk spin around the carousel, alone, just like me, unclaimed. The carousel, the carousel, the carousel. Read the label. I'm fragile. The carousel, the carousel, the carousel. If you drop me, then I spill all over the carousel. The carousel, 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 the carousel. This is hell. I feel sick. The carousel, it's moving too fast. I can't laugh. The carousel, please God, arrête la carousel. And that was when I realized some of these bags were not even mine. This old antique leather case belonged to my papa. And this one belonged to my mother. My mother was a bag for life. But it was too late. So many things I did not need. Baggage, baggage. We all have baggage. We drag it behind us deep into old age. If you like to hold things like some people do, your bags will get bigger, bigger than you. Baggage, baggage, voici mes bagages. I carry them with me each night to the stash. I open them for you and share my heart. right. Mervyn, you have to help me. I've got no more left.
Well, this is La Poule Plombée, but underneath the wig.
Oh, Mervyn, he's got this fixation. There is a character I play called Sarah Louise Young. And I'm starting to think that you like her more than me.
She's easy to talk
Hold
to.
on, you are very tall. Stand there.
Okay. Let's have a round of applause for Michael Ralston on piano. And while I say on piano, that's a disservice in a way, because you are co-writer of songs, are you not?
Yes, we write all our songs together, and we collaborate even more deeply than we used to. We've kind of really refined our process, so we have a great time.
It's our 10-year anniversary this year of writing together. That's 10 years of him putting up with me, so thank you.
And what is the secret of this marriage? No, look.
No sex.
I feel another song coming on there, Michael. I said to Sarah, when did we first meet? Because I feel like I've known her for years, and I have. It was 18
About 18 years ago, doing a Tall Stories production called Snow White. And believe it or not, I was Snow White, although my director did tell me I was off-white after a couple of weeks of heavy drinking. So from then on, I've never drunk during the Fringe.
No, indeed. It's a very wise decision. Tall Stories is a very fine children's theatre company.
Yeah, you'll know them for the Gruffalo, but they started at C venues as a young company doing shows.
And you were a young actress starting out?
Once, a long time ago, Mervyn, yes. Thank you for reminding me.
And you've this character, La Poule, is part of a show you created a few years ago called Cabaret Whore.
Yeah, we did 4 years of multi-characters working with Michael, but I just had backing tracks, and this is the first time Michael and I have come together. And of all the characters, she was the one that we felt kind of deserved a one-hour show, so she's taking over.
And also, to your credit, you were one of the people who was pushing and moving for Cabaret to get its own slot in the programme.
Yeah, we did a sort of mail-out, and actually that's because I did a year with Fascinating Aida, I think because I emailed Dilly, basically to ask her to sign the petition, and I put a link to my stuff at the bottom, and that's when she looked at it. So that's what I got out of it. You get Cabaret listings, I got a year with Fascinating Radio. It's amazing, and Michael's just been on tour playing for Dilly as well. So
we could talk about that for too long. Back to you. Julie Madly Deeply, you did?
Yes, Julie Andrews.
Julie Andrews, you're a regular member of Showstopper.
I am, yeah.
Who we're going to see later.
Yay.
You're not working this year because you're doing your own shows.
We're doing 3 shows a day.
And you're
it's
also
ridiculous.
appearing as Lady Diana.
Yes, there's a musical which Desmond O'Connor has written called Royal Vauxhall. It's about the night that Freddie Mercury and Kenny Everett took Lady Diana Spencer out in drag to the Royal Vauxhall Tavern. I play Lady Diana and Thatcher. And we are also doing a second show together called Songs for Lovers and Other Idiots. It's on the free Fringe at 3:15, and it's us being us, no wigs, just us as well.
Is that on the flyer?
It's not on the flyer we gave you, but we've got a few at the end. But,
okay,
yeah.
Well, say hello to the queue afterwards, maybe.
We will.
Okay, as I said before, flyers as you leave. So you can find La Poule Plombée at the Voodoo Room, 6:30, right through to the end. That's Sarah Louise Young and Michael Ralston. Thank you very much. That's yours.
Thank you.
And now for something more physical, and I do mean more physical. This is circus acrobatics kind of fusion. The company is called Circo. They've been on the Fringe for 5 years, and we met them a few years ago and put them on our show. Their work is always exceptional. I highly recommend you to go and see the whole thing. Let's see, they describe it as stripped-back circus. And this piece has been designed especially for the cow, the underbelly cow, the upside-down cow. They tell us more about later. They're going to do a short piece from Closer, which is their work this year for the 2016. Would you welcome the performers? As I say, it's a circus acrobatics fusion. The performers from Closer. I'm exhausted just watching. That's extraordinary stuff. The title is Closer, and that piece, I think, told us it's about relationships and things, isn't it? Can you just a little more about the show?
Yeah, well, all of our work at Circa is to do with our trust and relationships is often an underlying sort of thing, and this show is really sort of our way of saying that you can be in this cow, this upside-down cow, you can still come along. We have this really intimate venue, so we're able to share our relationships and also build relationships with the audience.
So you designed this specifically for the cow, because it's a thrust stage, isn't it? Of course, you've got audience on your left and right-hand side. Yeah. So all your work had to take that into account.
Yeah, and a lot of the acts that we do have been changed over time, you know, because it's not just in the front, so you have to cater to people on the sides, not getting odd angles and all that sort of thing.
Okay, yes, quite. There could be some interesting moments, couldn't there? And you've got a wonderful soundtrack there. There's a bit of Oasis. Is it a contemporary soundtrack you've had made particularly for this?
We have a great mix in this show. Okay. Often there's sort of a pop culture sort of few things. There's some Velvet Underground. We love classical music, so often there's little bits and pieces of that. But yeah, our soundtracks, I think, are a big part of our shows.
No, it sounded tremendous. And thank you for coming down. We really appreciate it. That's Circa with their piece from Closer. They're over at George Square, the Underbelly in George Square. So, as I say, flyers when you leave. There we are. Circa, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Wonderful. As I said to you at the beginning, when we do this show, we always put on, or maybe I didn't say at the beginning, I'll tell you now, we have 7 pieces of work every day, always different, and we have probably 2 pieces of music to bracket the show, something small and lovely to start, something bigger and more powerful to finish, usual showbiz thing, go out with a bang. And in the middle, we have some comedic things, but we always have theatre. And when I started this, I wanted to have theatre. I spent many years when I started out in theatre. And when I came up here doing comedy, I saw the actors and I thought, they haven't got a place to place their work in a serious, controlled, well-resourced environment. Comedians can go and giggle over, musos can giggle over, but you know, you can't advertise your work unless there is a space. So we put on, if we can, 3 pieces of theatre a day, and we're the only people who do it. I think perhaps it is that comprehensive look at the Fringe that's allowed us to last 25 years. This piece is by Henry Naylor, and he had a huge success last year with a piece called Echoes, which we will hear about a bit later. This piece is called Angel. Kaban, it's called about Kaban, this is where it's said. Kaban can be found in the district of Rojava in the north of Syria. It's a sleepy market town. The population is largely Kurdish, largely Muslim, although there is a tolerance of all religious beliefs. During the Arab Spring in the mid-2012, the Kurdish YPG seized control of the area. They declared West Kurdistan a democratic confederal state and began preparing for autonomy. On July 14th, the town came under massive and sustained attack by the heavily armed ISIL forces, and the siege began. We're going to have a piece from the beginning of the play. Would you welcome the actress Philippa Berganza?
Mid-September, the villagers helping with the annual harvest, children laughing and chirruping, seeking the most productive trees. I'm going to win. I have intimate knowledge of our orchard. I know where Benny's tree is, the grandest of them all, the one supposedly planted 300 years ago by my ancestor, Benny Ghazali. But when I get there are strangers occupying the branches. Elder boys, teenagers, wispy beards and thin mustaches. I only recognize the ringleader, a religious hothead called Wahid. "You can't come in here," he says with disdain. "There is enough room on this tree for all of us," I say reasonably. "You are a girl. You should be indoors, and your hair should be covered." "Your ugly face should be covered, but I'm not going on about it." I make to climb, but he plants a kick in my face, smirks all around. "This is my family's tree." He shrugs. not his problem. Angry at the injustice, I run to my father. He listens to my story and is angry with me. This is your house. You tell them. You don't know what it's like to be a girl faced with a pack of men. My father bellows irritation, picks up a machete he uses for harvest, marches purposefully to the base of the tree, broad shoulders up against the seam of his shirt. Get down. Wahid laughs. One of the boys makes to jump, but Wahid stops him. And what do you want, old man? He sneers. Get out of my tree and get off my farm. He laughs. Make me. My father raises his palm, slaps into it the flat of the machete, curls his fingers round the blade, grips it tight. Look at me. Then slowly, my father draws the knife from his fist sheath, holds up his palm so all can see a deep groove overfilling purple, an ugly flap of skin hanging down. And through all this, my father hasn't blinked once, nor shown pain, nor looked away. Get off my tree, he says calmly. Wahid, pale, silenced, jumps down. Thank you.
That's Philippa Braganza. I think she's left the stage in order to make way for the writer Henry Naylor. Henry Naylor. Hang on, yes, Echoes last year was a huge success. I mean, some people may know you from Parsons and Naylor, the comedy duo. This is quite a departure, isn't it?
It is, Mervyn. This show is actually about an amazing sniper woman called the Angel of Kobani, who, when the siege of Kobani took place, and when ISIS was charging through Syria, she shot 100 members of ISIS. And ISIS believe that if you're killed by a woman, you don't make paradise. So it's actually based on a true story, this, and it's been going great, Mervyn. We won the Fringe first with this one. Hooray!
Yes, you did.
But Mervyn, I've got to thank you enormously, because I've hardly seen you. Last year, Mervyn very kindly gave us the Spirit of the Fringe Award, and that really helped us with Echoes, taking it around the world. Because I kept applying for foreign festivals, and everybody, as you've seen here, has got at least 4 or 5 4-star reviews. You know, even the worst show in the Fringe has got a sort of 5-star review from Broadway Arts Award Younger Theatre Voice or something like that. But the nice thing about your award, it actually gave us legitimacy, and so we ended up off Broadway in the end, Mervyn.
Wow!
Thank you very much to you.
Oh, you're very welcome. I didn't get I want a ticket.
No, come with me next time.
Yes, it is extraordinary because you also then won more awards.
Yeah, it was great. And we won the Adelaide Theatre Award, and then we won awards in Prague. And honestly, my mantelpiece isn't big enough now.
but this is also, you've had Echoes, this is Angel, this is part of a Middle East trilogy you're working.
It is, yeah. Well, I might write another one, actually, Mervyn.
Well, you've got all the research, haven't you?
That's it. I can be very lazy and sort of like go, I know about that, and write another one. I might well do another one on it, but we'll see. I've got a musical I want to write as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Does that suit the ISIS music?
That would be worth seeing, wouldn't it?
No, we mustn't laugh too much, because actually it takes great skill to write an award-winning play, and Henry Naylor, you are very good at it. Henry Naylor, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You can find Angel at Gilded Balloon. Of course, be quick, because when you get a Fringe first, tickets go. And yes, we like to put on musical theatre as well. And this is a great pleasure, because it's musical theatre, but just with a twist. It's Showstopper, the improvised musical. They started on the Fringe, I think, around 2009, and we found them almost immediately. They were in a 50-seater cabin. And they've been on the show many times since, simply because they are the best at what they do, which is improvising a musical from your contributions. We're going to give them a slightly extended slot so that they can really get into it, and I think you'll see why it's worth giving them an extended slot. What happened was, last year they went to the West End of London, and were a huge success. Critics went in saying, I went in with a heavy heart, improvised music, oh God. Came out thinking this is the best thing in the West End, and it's only there for one night. It'll never be repeated, unless you videoed it, of course, I suppose. And so they won My Spirit of the Fringe Award, and they won an Olivier. Oh, sorry, they won an Olivier and My Spirit of the Fringe Award. Right, the piano's on, and we're ready to go. Would you welcome, please, Dylan Emery from Showstopper the Musical.
Musical director, hello. We have about 12 minutes to create a musical for you, so that's going to be a good challenge. All we need, there you go, that's the start. All we need is a cool setting for a musical. So musicals can be set, in kind of interesting places, revolutionary France, Atlantis, but it could be Tesco's, you could have a really cool story there. So I want a kind of inspiring, interesting kind of setting for a musical. Who's got an idea for a cool setting for a musical? Put your hand up or shout something out. Yeah, gentleman here. Sorry? Petra. In Jordan. Okay, that's interesting. What happens in Petra in Jordan?
It's Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones, okay. So it's kind of that time, like turn of the century, kind of Petra in Jordan adventure story. Great. Yes, why not? Anyone, yeah, another idea? 10 Downing Street, always interesting, always lots going on there. Can I have one more suggestion? Anyone? An abattoir, how lovely. Okay, so we have Petra in Jordan, 10 Downing Street, and abattoir. Shout for the one you want. Would you like it to be Petra in Jordan? Yeah. 10 Downing Street? Yeah. An abattoir? Yeah. 10 Downing Street? Yeah. An abattoir? Yeah. No, it's just the boys being rude there. 10 Downing Street? Yeah. 10 Downing Street. We have a musical set in 10 Downing Street. Can I just have the name of the musical? What is it? The name of the musical. Someone shout it out. What should it be called? Teabag. Now, come on, proper name. Yeah? What, sorry? Teresa's Gone Mad. That's too specific. Make it a musical name. Got anything like, kind of like...
Mismanagement.
Mismanagement. That sounds like a musical. Okay, it is set in our prime ministerial residence, and it is called Mismanagement.
The seat of government, the place where decisions happen. This is the place where the world arrives. Feel the hand of history on your shoulder.
For this is where politics thrives. These hallowed portals, where none immortal dwell. These hallowed portals can be hallowed portals of hell. These hallowed portals, where none immortals dwell. These hallowed portals, always a call to make, always one step away from the action. The press will be all over this. Morning, Prime Minister.
Always one thing happening, always another thing happening. How will I get away from this?
You're going to come alive, sir.
There is so many decisions to make.
So much to do, so many decisions, and budgetary as well.
Pressure on the dispatch box, the opposition, on the dispatch box, the pressure on the dispatch box. These hallowed portals, where no immortals dwell. These hallowed portals,
Can be hallowed portals, can be hallowed portals of hell.
Okay, so who is the protagonist of this? It can be, doesn't have to be a specific person. We're not going to do impressions, but what kind of a person? Is it a prime minister? Is it a secretary? Is it someone else outside? So someone from the back, shout out something, an interesting person. Oh, sorry, the cleaner. Yes, it's the cleaner. Let's start with being introduced to the cleaner. Okay, let's see what happens.
Mary, there's a couple of stains left on the coffee table, if you wouldn't mind.
Yes. Oh, Teresa's ever so shaky with her hands with a coffee cup, isn't she?
Yes, she is rather, but we know we don't want any of this leaking to the press,
No,
Mary.
I'd never tell the Daily Mail or the Telegraph or the Independent. Well, there's no point for them anymore, is there?
Very good point. You've always been very loyal, Mary. I mean, if you just breathed one word of Theresa May's disgusting hygiene habits to the world, you could make a lot of money.
Oh, I could. I could make a fortune. I could make £1 million just with one word.
Oh, but you wouldn't, would you, Mary?
Filthy slattered. 2 words. Filthy slattered.
Oh, she sounds like she's about to sing a song. Okay, give me an amazing musical or a composer of musicals, and this would be a brilliant song for style for. So give me a musical you love or a composer. Stephen Sondheim is a classy call. This is a Stephen Sondheim multi-layered, complex, beautiful number.
Of course I wouldn't. No. I would never tell anyone about the dirt and the
Good morning, Press Secretary. Oh, Mary, what a beautiful job you've done in here. It was awful before.
Thank you. Dirt. Everywhere you look, even in her accounting book, just dirt. It hurts. She's there, sitting in her prime ministerial chair, just waiting to say, take the dirt away. But yes, I could give the dirt to the eye. There's no point in doing it because they're just online. But I could spill and then kill the career of Theresa May dear. And she'd still pick up her coffee and spill. Oh, the filthy slattern sits here in her pattern of all her rage. It's quite the stage for prime ministerial woman imperial sitting here, if I may, Theresa May.
You could marry, but you wouldn't, would you, Mary? I know you could, don't think you should, you could, but you wouldn't marry.
I mean, just for a laugh, I could tell the Telegraph, or if she fails, just tell the Daily Mail, or if I could just do something good to let the world know what goes on below while I scrape and turn while she's sitting there, waiting to learn. I could, I should, I would, I could, and I could. If I may, wipe the dirt away.
Right, so now we of course have to go to Theresa May, presumably. Who is she with? Someone helpful. The Queen. Yes, she's with the Queen. This will be neatly enveloped in this story. Check it out.
Oh, crumbs everywhere. Oh, sorry. Oh, stains all over my top. Oh, sorry.
My dear, you really are in a dreadful state.
Oh, I'm sorry, Madge. It's just the pressure of a new job. You know, I went hiking for a while, but now I'm back and I'm still, feeling it.
Theresa, at a time like this, the entire country is looking to you. Yes. When you're on the camera, they want to see that you're assured, not covered in custard creams.
Oh, you're right. Yes, you're right, your Madge. I will stand up. I will lead oh, pot noodle. Oh, dear.
Haven't you got a cleaner, dear?
Oh, yes, I do. I have the most wonderful cleaner. I trust her more than I trust any of my cabinet, some of whom
News just breaking. Theresa May revealed as filthy, filthy woman.
You see, that's what I'm talking about, my dear.
No.
Yes, this is hardly going to bring people together, is it?
But who has revealed my slatternly ways? Who would do that to me? Who would betray me in such a manner?
Well, who's the person closest to your filth?
Well, there's my husband, obviously, but he seems like quite a decent chap.
News just in, it was obviously the cleaner.
The cleaner!
The cleaner! Oh, Lizzie, it was the cleaner! Sorry.
Don't forget your place, young lady.
Mary, contrary, what has she done to me? Mary, Mary, quite contrary, I've been ousted and so filthily. Oh, she sees my pot noodle, she used to smile and laugh, but all the while she was planning to take me down. Oh, Mary, Mary, quite contrary, what has she done to me?
My dear woman, you're going to have to improve your ways considerably if you're going to want to run this country. Here, have a wipette.
Oh, a royal wipette. Oh, Mary, Mary, quite contrary, what has she done to me? She will feel Prime Minister wrath coming down quite heavily. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, you think she can get the better of Theresa May? Mary, Mary, quite contrary, my dear, you've had your day. Mary, you've had your day.
Okay, so, final scene. Theresa May confronts Mary. What will be the musical style for this final scene? What musical would it be in? The White? Lloyd Webber, yeah, let's get operatic on this. Lloyd Webber for the final scene of Mismanagement.
Mary,
Yes, Teresa.
it's Prime Minister to you.
All right, PM.
I feel you've forgotten your place somewhat, Mary.
Well, that's the thing about you, isn't it? Thinking that a woman like me, just so clean, has a place. I do. And my place is wherever I choose my place to be.
No, no, no. That's not how we do things. There's a hierarchy, Mary, and you must respect it.
You say that I should be lower than you, but there is something that I know, and it is true. I have all of the power in my hands, 'cause I clean up everything in the world's demands.
Mary, 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 you know this has got to stop. You belong down here with your squeegee and your mop. Don't look at me, don't look me in the eyes. I've won the Tories' greatest prize.
Well, I ain't gonna clean for you, ain't gonna clean no more. I'm not picking up your dirty mess from off the floor. No, I ain't cleaning, no, I won't clean no more. Ain't gonna clean your mess from up off the floor.
Mismanagement, mismanagement. What have you managed so badly? Mismanagement, mismanagement. What have you managed so badly? Oh, Mary.
Oh, Mary, Mary, it seems to me you crave power eternally. Maybe you're wasted in the waste paper
clean for you. I am not clean for you. What have you managed so
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our musical Miss Management. I hope you like it very much. Thank you so much.
Yes, and not forgetting Duncan on the piano. Astonishing work, isn't it? That's just before 2 o'clock. Oh, hello, yeah. They're on at 6 p.m. and 9:50. There's a couple of times. Get the flyer to check the times and go and see them. They won an Olivier and they're back in the West End very soon for a second run. Now, a great pleasure for me. You'll know the man immediately, of course you will. I met him in 1987. He was sitting at the back of my gig. I couldn't work out why. Well, we've got a bit of crack. Oh, that's fine. Yes. It's a small chest. Come in. Yes, he was sitting at the back of my gig in 1987, and I thought, my goodness, what's Rory Bremner doing? He's sitting in my show. But there he was, and we've stayed in touch. We meet up from time to time, of course, on the Fringe here. He's a lovely man, never forgets a face or a name, and I appreciate greatly when I just said, Rory, do you fancy coming and doing this show for the celebration of the Tony? He just said, yeah, of course. And here he is. Would you please welcome the lovely Rory Bremner, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for those kind words, Jeremy. It's Jeremy, isn't it? Sorry. What a fantastic show. He always puts on a fantastic show. I mean, the variety of this thing is amazing. I've been sitting there because I thought I'd do something different today. I thought I'd do some African rhythm dance. Who knew? Actually, there's a guy outside in the street. I just watched. He's doing all that. I said, have you been inspired by watching that? He said, no, the bloody midges. Anyway, lovely to be here. Are you enjoying the festival? Yeah. Good, good. Anyone go to the Glasgow Festival? Because they have one there. They have a comedy festival in Glasgow. That's in May. And it's great. I love the difference between the two. Because in Edinburgh, if somebody comes towards you on the high street, juggling machetes, you know that he's a street performer, right? Glasgow, he might not even be in show business. Enjoying the Olympics? It's great, isn't it? Because the Romans, they had bread and circuses, didn't they, the Roman Empire? You know, we've got Bake Off and the Olympics. And it's good, you know, because I was feeling really depressed about Brexit until we won bronze in the men's double trap shooting, and now it's fine. It's great, isn't it? I feel sorry for the losers, because imagine what it's like. You spend 6 years, 7 years devoting your life with one goal in mind, and then it's all over in 15 minutes. It's like the Chilcot report, that kind of... It is extraordinary. Don't worry, it's okay, there's lots of this. There's more where this came from. It's great. Did you enjoy the referendum, by the way? Did you enjoy that? Oh, gosh. That's so soon after the last one. What was Cameron thinking of? What, double or quits? Come on, let's go. No, get in. Get in. I kind of fancy this one. What was he thinking of? Well, we know what he was thinking of. He's thinking, well, no, the Liberal Democrats are going to come in, we're going to have a coalition, and there's about as much chance of me having to deliver a referendum as there is of people finding that photograph of me with that pig. But anyway, I remember the Scottish referendum because we've got a house on the borders, and do you remember they used to have they had a yes tent and a no tent, and so I had to listen outside and listening to the yes tent and people inside saying, well, we've got to think about the future of the country and the excitement and where we can go from here as an independent nation. I listened outside the no tent, and they were saying, well, of course, we've got to think about the currency and whether we can use the euro or the pound sterling. And at the end, I saw a Lib Dem tent. I thought, this is great. I'm going to see what's going to happen. So I go and I listen to the Lib Dem tent, and inside I hear this voice saying, so how are your tomatoes, Donald? But it's a strange time to do satire at the moment, because Tom Lehrer, there's a show about Tom Lehrer, he was a sort of a godfather of satire, and he said that satire was redundant the day that they gave the Nobel Peace Prize to Henry Kissinger. That was just the beginning. We've lived through, we had Tony Blair as Middle East peace envoy. He gave it up this year. Oh, mission accomplished. It's never been more peaceful. You look at Syria or Libya, or you can hear a pin drop. Followed by the grenade, obviously. You know, and then we go on from there. I mean, you know, we've got an Environment Secretary who doesn't believe in global warming. We've got a Secretary for International Development who thinks the department should be banned. We've got Boris, yes, Boris, yes, your Foreign Secretary, yes, indeed. I got a note from Theresa. It said F off, and I thought, oh, what? No, yeah, Foreign Office, yes. So I stand before you, the unlikely love child of Angela Merkel and Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, alia jacta est dolce et gabbana est pro ipsos more. And I believe passionately that we should be we should leave the European Union. I believe this passionately for what day is it today? For 6 weeks. 6 weeks. No, and now I am the. And then he went, didn't he? He buggered off, didn't he? I am the Grand Old Duke of York. He had 17.5 million votes. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and then he buggered off. Right. No. So we've got him, and Donald Trump is the Republican candidate, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, honestly, how does that... Over here, he'd be in pantomime at the King's, wouldn't he go? We gotta get Aladdin, folks. We gotta get the Muslim. What's he doing with the lamp? It's about oil, I tell you. We're gonna build a wall. 50,000 Mexicans are gonna build a wall. He hasn't thought this through, has he? When they finish building that wall, which side of the wall do you think they're gonna be? Yeah? Time to go home. We cannot, there's a bloody great wall in the way. Over here, still trying to work out what Brexit means for writers, for comedians. Brexit means rewrites, essentially. Although not quite as much as rewriting as David Cameron had to do. Well, it wasn't the result I was expecting. It wasn't what I wanted. But the people have spoken. It's democracy. From the Greek, demos, people, crass, stupid. And as somebody tweeted at the time, we were kicked out of Europe twice in 1 week. Once by Iceland and once by the people who shop there. No, I think that's terribly unfair. But I think, look, I think we should be, you know, I won an election that I thought I'd lose, and I lost a referendum that I thought I'd win. So I think we can call that quits. Well, I'm certainly calling it quits. I'm off. I'm going away. No, it's exciting, and I've got a new. I can go on holiday. I don't even have to go to Cornwall. I can go somewhere nice. So. I might go to Gibraltar because they're 96% Remain there. In fact, they should call it Romania, shouldn't they? And of course, I can go to Scotland, because, you know, I'm still a winner in Scotland, still very popular. No, the Cameron name counts as something. They come up to me, they go, Cameron, you count, and... No. And I'll go up there, and I should be up there, you know, for the rest of the month, because let's face it, those grouse aren't going to shoot themselves. But no, I think people forget, you know, Bonnie Prince Charlie and all that. Remember 1745? Remember that? No, he came over from France, much easier in those days, no immigration controls. You know, did he come over in a lorry? No, he didn't. No, he EasyJet, flew to Glasgow, landed in the Outer Hebrides, and that's EasyJet for you, and rode on shore by Flora MacDonald in the Double Sculls, and set up camp. Waited at Glenfinnan. Remember, and he waited and he waited and he checked his mobile, updated his Facebook status to revolutionary, and he waited and he waited, and then along came 800 Camerons. Yes. So without the Camerons, the Scottish history would have been very different. Yeah. Yes, think about that. No, but I want to thank the people of this country, and by the people of this country, of course, I mean the people of Scotland and Northern Ireland and the City of London. But I think we've got to look at the positives. No, I think there are positives. You know, we were a divided party, now we're a divided country. I think before the referendum, half the country felt let down and betrayed and ignored by politics, and now it's the other half. So, but at least they've got jobs. No, some of them have. But exciting, and I think, and also, you know, when we came to power, I increased the share of the vote. The Conservatives, we put up our share of the vote by, 0.8%. So there's that. And I think people said when we started started out in government is, are you going to make the rich richer, or are you going to make the poor poorer? And I think we've managed to do both. So I think that's... And we've also, I think we've done something which hasn't been done since Stanley Baldwin. We've won Wimbledon, so I think that's very exciting. Oh, God, we've won Wimbledon. Did you watch Andy Murray last night? That was great. Oh, what a game that was. He said, oh, God, I thought it was 3 sets. Oh, God. I got to 3 sets. I thought I've won a gold. They said, no, it's a 5-set match. You got to go and win another set. Oh, God. Oh, anyway. So, yeah, Merv started out, what was it, 1991, was it, Mervyn? He started this thing? Yeah. 92, was it? Oh, yes. So that was the year that Clinton was elected to the White House. And you remember which one? I was in the White House for 8 years. A lot of great things happened under me. But I'm a great believer in Barack Obama, because one of the first things that he did as President of the United States was he made my wife Hillary the Secretary of State, United States Foreign Secretary. She did not come home for 4 years. I had the best 4 years of my entire life right there. And I finish off, we've got the last couple of months with Barack Obama, who speaks very slowly in sentences of 5 words, occasionally 2. Sometimes even 3. In extreme circumstances, 1. Speaks slowly, with great authority, and occasionally sounds like Kermit the Frog. Halfway down the stair is the stair where I sit. There isn't any other stair quite like it. It's not at the bottom, it's not at the top, but that is the stair where I like to stop. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Grab a microphone.
Thank you.
Hey. Rory, thank you very much. I know.
I love... Were you wearing that suit in 1991? I think you were. It was like a red coat, and it's been in the wash so many times, it's now gone pink. There you go.
To be honest with you, this is the original one. And,
oh, God, it is.
This is the original one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to sign.
Oh, lovely.
Because we got... sorry, can you take the end off that thing
It's
there?
a Sharpie. The pen of choice for the autograph hunter. There you go. This is fantastic. Don't wash this one for her. Oh, hello. Oh, God.
This is how I got into show business in the first place.
That is very funny. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. That does remind me about the joke. You know the guy at the circus who works out... Oh, no, it's a very, very long joke. You know the one about the guy in the circus? And he takes his son to see the circus, and he wants to see the elephants backstage. And he sees this bloke backstage, and it's this guy's job to clean out the backside of the elephant. And he's up a stair, he's cleaning out the backside, and the boy says, oh, God, don't you want to give up that job? And the guy says, what? And leave show business? Sorry. Carry on.
You've got a show. You're not doing this sort of thing on the Fringe. You've got a sort of chat show.
Well, it's on at the museum, because that's where satire is these days. Be great, wouldn't it, having a satire museum? And this is a waxwork of Michael Howard. Oh no, it is Michael Howard. Yeah. It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. It's got an interactive John Prescott. Fuck off. I'm sorry, too early. But yeah, so I do sort of 20 to 25 minutes because this is all kind of stuff from the last couple of weeks, the last couple of days, in fact, and you sort of rewriting it as you're walking around the streets. So I never know quite how long that's going to last for. So about 25 minutes, and then I have a guest. So tonight we've got Susan Calman, and then on Wednesday we've got Lewis MacLeod, then Alistair McGowan, and then Jan Ravens, and finish off with Fred Macaulay, great local favourite. He's coming on to the show on Friday. And so it's part stand-up and part chat show, because I love meeting people, and there's some great people on the Arthur Smith, who did the first one, who's great. He's like you, actually, Mervyn. He's like an Olympic flame. I think you should. I think Mervyn should be carried into the Fringe at the beginning of the festival. And not necessarily set on fire, but anyway. So, and I just enjoy other talent. Really, I enjoy meeting people and talking to them.
I know, that's exactly
how I feel.
When I see the technical rehearsals and I see what's going to be on that day, I get as excited as you do, ladies and gentlemen. It's just extraordinary. You must find it a little bit depressing in a professional way that there's so many female politicians coming through, because what are you going to do?
Well, there's Hillary and there's Theresa May. But yes, I am a good... Well, look, there's the choice for me. Theresa May, Jeremy Corbyn or Tim Farron, you know. Tim Farron doesn't even do Tim Farron. Can I tell you the problem with that joke?
Good, what?
Can I tell you the problem with that joke?
Good.
Half the audience goes, who's Tim Farron? They really do. This is the Lib Dems. It's Pugh, Brake, Williams and Lamb, Farron, Carmichael and Clegg. That's the Lib Dems. Pugh, surprisingly few, Cuthbert, Dibble, Clegg. And Corbyn doesn't do a very good Corbyn, does he? He doesn't do a terribly good Corbyn, let's be honest about that. But he's not going anywhere in a hurry. I was in the hardware store. I said, can you have some of that stuff? What do you call it? Sticks like shit? He said, no, they call it Corbynite. No. He doesn't help himself, does he? You know, when he goes into... You see him every morning, he comes out, and there's the world's press on the doorstep, and he could set the agenda for the day. Instead, he's bundled into a people carrier like he's going off to appear in court somewhere, isn't he? The trial continued at the Old Bailey today of the late Jeremy. But he has made Prime Minister's questions into Gardener's question time. Yeah. So I've got a letter here from Elsie, who wants to know what... Does a sniffing thing, you notice it? He says, what could she do about the aphids on her road? What do you say? What do you say to her? I don't know, but straighten your tie. Anyway.
We can enjoy Rory for a very long time later. That's Rory Bremner!
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much. Cheers, Rory. It's lovely. Thank you.
See you later.
Thank you. I realised when I said that Rory sat in the back of my gig in 1987, that may sound a bit odd. Why me? There was a number of shows he went to see, because Rory was only famous as a showbiz impressionist, and he wanted to move into political impressions. You know, it kind of worked, didn't it? A huge success. Now we're going to close the show, ladies. This is the last act, and we've known these guys for some years as well. I think we met 10 years ago, and they appeared in the Bosco tent. When I was in the Bosco tent, some of you probably shared the Bosco tent with me. It was rather nice, a bit windy. The lamb kebab smoke used to come in under the railing, and if it rained, you couldn't hear a thing anyone said to you. Now, other than that, it was a great gig. And these are the Jive Aces, ladies and gentlemen, with the three bells. The three bells won't be with them let's, we're getting the stuff on now. Let's bring apart the curtains. Oh, ta-da! We're going to drag them forward. Are you going to play that? Oh, yeah, OK. Here we are, the Jive Aces, looking very sunshiny in their yellow. This is Ian.
Not mine.
I was noticing you do a lot of touring. You tour all year, actually. That's what I know.
Yeah, basically on tour full time.
Yeah, and the USA love you, don't they?
They do now, yeah. Now we've got an agent in the US, and so we go over there at least two times a year, which is twice. And yeah, we do like 2 quite large tours of theatres.
And they're big theatres you play over there.
Theatres.
Sorry, theatres.
Theatres, they pronounce them over there. Yeah. Spelt differently as well. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really, really nice over there. Yeah, we do these lovely things. One of them was like, they're between 1,000 and 2,000 seats.
And that's a normal gig for American theatres?
Theatres, yeah. In England, at theatres, like when we're playing theatres in England, we're like, yeah, 300 people, yeah. And over there, like, we sell out to 2,000 people, and they don't know us. It's not being egotistical, they don't know, well, we are, but it's not that. They don't know us, they just promote us, you know, they're American, they promote you.
And people just turn up. Jive Aces sounds great. It's a period thing, isn't it? It's the 40s and 50s?
Yeah, sort of 40s, 50s. Jive, chronologically speaking and properly, was the era when the music, just when the big band era was coming out, but before rock and roll came in. Yeah. So it was like small band swing, really, turning into rock and roll.
Excellent.
But yeah.
Are we all set? Can we go? Because we want to crack on and hear them. How are we doing for time? We're going to get a couple of tunes out, the boys. If there's room for one more, we'll try and squeeze that in too. Here we go. It's the Jive Aces, ladies and gentlemen!
Am I on? Oh, I missed mine. Oh, no. That's that mic. This is this mic.
Oh, do you want?
This mic's not on though. Hello, hello, hello.
Do you want to try this one?
Yeah, all right, then. Oh, you use this one. And all right then. We've got so many songs in the show, we didn't know what to do, so we're going to do this one. Look for the bare necessities, simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean those bare necessities, oh Mother Nature's recipes. Simple bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, how could it be fonder of my big home? The bees are buzzing in the trees to make some honey just for me. You look under them rocks and plants, take a glance at the fancy ants, maybe try a few. The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, how could it be fonder of my big home? The bees are buzzing in the trees to make some honey just for me. You look under them rocks and take a glance at the fancy ants about giving you a clue. The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. They'll come to you. They'll come to you. The bare necessities of life will come to you. Thank you very much. So we'll do another one. In the show, we actually have the three bells, who are three girls. So you can imagine, who do like Andrew's Sisters type harmony, and then also another special guest, Amy Backer, who's from Portsmouth, but I like pronouncing it like that. And but they're not here right now. They're on the way up or having breakfast or something. And thanks. And so you just have to imagine that there's four attractive girls up here as well. I'll come at, what are we doing it? 8:45 tonight, isn't it? 8:45 and 10:15 tomorrow night in the Spiegel tent. 2 nights only. Right, this is a little Charlie Chaplin song. Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking though. There are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile through your fears and sorrow. Smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through. If you light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness on your tear. Maybe ever so near. That's a time you must keep on trying. Smile. What's the use of sighing? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking low. There are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile through your fears and sorrow. Smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through. If you light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Oh, your tear. Maybe ever
ever so near. At a time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Light up your face with gladness. Hide it, reaches outside the sorrow. No a tear, maybe ever so near. At a time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of sighing? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. And grazie from Italy.
I'll just do a couple of admin things and then we go again. Yeah.
Oh, admin things.
Yeah. I just want to say. I want to thank.
Some background music for it.
It's lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, you have watched. I've done 25 years doing this, and I want to thank my research team who go out and find the best shows in town and bring them to you. They're scattered around here. Would you give a big hand to my research team? Without them, it wouldn't happen. And I'm extremely grateful to the Assembly for letting us use this George Square Theatre, and of course to the crew who have worked really well. I mean, one mic fail is not bad, is it? That's fantastic. Thank you guys very much. Thank you, and thank you the crew here. Just to let you know, we are doing the raffle of the jacket. There's the jacket over there. The lovely Liz has got the jacket. And we're going to whip that down the stairs to where Gareth is. He's standing outside with a pink bucket. What other colour would it be? A pink bucket. If you want to enter the raffle, buy a £1 ticket or a £5 for a strip, then do that. If you think, we had a number of people who said, oh, I don't want a jacket, but here's a £5. That'll do nicely. If you've got any loose change, chuck that in. If you just bung money in the bucket and maybe take a ticket if you fancy the jacket. It would be yours with Rory Bremner's signature on it. Ooh. Anyway, so that's all going out to the Imabala Trust to put these kids into training courses to develop their performing skills, as I said at the beginning, just to remind you. So this is what you have supported. There's a few grand in this room that is going out to Cape Town, and I'm really grateful to you coming. Thank you very much. And I also think, just quickly before we go, we ought to hear it for the Jive Aces Taylor, who also made my suit. Yes! 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 Okay, there we are. Just a reminder, you saw today Tom Binns or Ivan Brackenbury. You saw I Am Rhythm from South Africa. Joe Caulfield, now from Edinburgh. La Poule Plombée, Closer, the circus acrobat. Angel, the one-woman piece by Henry Naylor. Showstopper, the musical, which was incredible, wasn't it? Making that stuff up on the hoof. You saw the lovely Rory Bremner, and the show is going to be closed now by my good friends, the Jive Aces. Have we got a nice, lively little thing to see us out?
We have actually, because we were asked to do something that everyone could sing along to. And basically we were told that it's your Fringe birthday. We were told, I may be wrong, but I was told it was your Fringe birthday. Apparently you've been, even though he looks 13, he's been coming here to the Fringe for 30 years, and he's been doing this show for 25. Exactly. So, there's even a cake, and what we're going to do is we're going to swing a version of Happy Birthday, and if you'll all join in, a la Bobby Darin style.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mervyn. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mervyn. Happy birthday to you.
My thanks to the Jive Aces, ladies and gentlemen. Splendid people. You've got to get your gear across the road, haven't you? Yeah. Okay. We've got to clear this stage rather quickly because there's a show coming up. But as you leave, there will be a bundle of flyers of everything you've seen. Just like the normal show, just grab a bundle of flyers and go and see the shows you fancy because everybody needs to sell tickets. And there's some quality today. I'm going to be here right through to the rest of the festival. I've got a day off tomorrow, thank goodness. And then I shall be back next year. And next year, I should probably keep doing this until I'm as old as Nicholas Parsons. I'll see you sometime. Bye for now. Hey! Woo-hoo. Look at that.
Just put my spine out of place. Hey man, my school is insane. Hey man, my work's down the drain. Hey man, well she's a total blam blam. She said she had to squeeze the gutchy, and then she